our part in honor of Terrence Alley to be the watchman looking on the outside what's coming in and trying to take our families, our children, our teens, and let's look over the young, as even happened earlier today. Pay attention to what's happening and realize that we have a responsibility to watch over and care for our own community.
You could tell anyone, everyone, one message. What would that one message be?
I don't ever want anyone to be in my situation. Children are too precious. They are supposed to bury us. We're not supposed to bury them.
And we know that Terrence was a good kid, and this was not his fault. A lot of times when we hear about a child being killed, we have this image that they're a bad kid, they're running the wrong life. That's not the case in Terrence's life, correct? No one deserves this.
No one. God gave life, and he should be the one to take life, not man.
Thank you, ma'am. It doesn't end, does it?
No, it doesn't. I feel a lot of it has to do with systemic racism in the Justice Department, also with programs not being for our young people. They have nothing to do. So what are they going to do? As far as education goes, why not make it easier? Not just the rich be educated. And as I said before, education and before incarceration. The young people have to realize that they're our future. I'm old now, and I really would like to have someone taking care of me that's not going to try to rob me or anything like that. But what I'm trying to do with my children, my grandchildren, instill that to be good, just to be nice, just, you know, and also don't be in places that you think might. If you think something might be happening, don't go. And don't make like I'm sitting here and trying to preach. I was 20, I was 30, I've been in trouble, I've been in jail. I've been all kinds of places. And there's no place for young people. You guys, don't you want to... How are you going to come home and tell a baby that his father's murdered? It's crazy. Don't think about yourself. Don't think about your shoes. Don't think about BET. Think about your mother, your father, your grandparents, and your kids. Because BET don't give a shit about you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Like people to remember about Terrence.
About Terrence?
Yeah.
He was a real sweet boy. Good friend of mine. And the main thing about Terrence was that he always knew how to make you laugh, whether you're upset, whether you're crying, whether you're sleeping, if you're showering, you're eating. He was just always able to just put that smile on your face and just make a day brighter than it initially was. That's the best thing I want to remember about him.
And his death, how did it touch you the hardest?
Send me a note or something. Okay.
That's something very touchy and I'm not able to speak on.
I understand.
Just because like it hit me in a way where I just don't have words for a situation like that, knowing that the guys that committed the act are actually out here today and they took my friend's life. I don't have words for that.
So it doesn't feel like justice came.
I feel like justice came for a second and then it was gone. And I don't agree with certain parts of the system.
Sorry so much.
Hey, I think we should get started. Most of you have heard that my name is Walter Kelly. Reverend Walter Kelly. I'm the head chaplain for the Toronto Police Service. And a couple of weeks ago I get a phone call from a person called Mooney. And I didn't know who Mooney was. We talked on the phone and I said I would be honored to be at this memorial, but I need to sit down with her. And so Mooney and I met, and I got some of the stories, some of the information, and then I met with Scott Mills, and got some information about the whole thing that's been happening. all of you are aware that this is the 8th anniversary of Terrence's death. And as we do the math, he would be 23 years old. You had to listen for the big build-up of Caribana, and we know that that is an annual reminder of the terrible tragedy that happened to Terrence. And again, this Caribana, there was more pain, more suffering, and there's another mother there who has to bury her son. And so, as we think of life, as we think of family, we know that we're living in an imperfect world. And we're living in a world, I would like to say, that where there's evil and where there are people with evil intent. And I think what's hard sometimes, as I listen to Mooney and to others, it's hard for us to come to terms with the injustice of what happens, because the world goes on.
Terrence's nieces and nephews weren't even alive when he...
I'd just like to say that Terrence has been a best friend of mine for many years, going up to today. And in very mysterious ways, during the time, the 8 years that he hasn't been a part of my life anymore, he's just always around. And I mean, I was having a difficult time last night with a personal situation, and as soon as that clock struck 12 a.m. and it hit August 4th, I got my answer for something personal. It was basically just facts and the truth I was looking for, and it was just ironic that it happened right at midnight on the 4th. And I just looked up and I seen that star sparkle, and I just knew he was looking down on me. And I just wanted to say thank you, Terrence, and you'll always be my little brother. I love you. I miss you. Till we meet again.
Well done.
Hi, my name's Melinda. I'm James's mother, Terrence's very good friend also. I knew Terrence, he was a comical duck boy, let me tell you that. But in saying that, I'm watching my son and these young ladies that I've known for quite a lot of years, and we have, and you're talking about legacy. What do you want? When you're gone, what do you want people to think? And not only that, we have these young people here, maybe we can teach them and instill in them that, you know, maybe education before incarceration. We can tell them to love themselves, to help each other, to be brothers and sisters to each other, no matter what. And I've taught my children this through their lives, that one mistake, 1 millisecond can change your life for the better or for the worse. So you want to serve one, you can't serve two gods. So Terrence, we love you. I look at your picture all the time, and we got it up on Melissa's got it up on the dresser. We see you grinning at us and stuff like that. We miss you very much, but I think this is so important that we do this every year. And I think the more younger people that come, will be better, because this is a tragedy that can happen to anybody. And Moni, we love you.
Thank you. But Belinda, you know how strict I was, how
I know.
how careful I was with
Yes.
Terrence and of all the people.
It's that 1 millisecond of just that one thing. Do I go? Do I stay? Do I come? Do I go? Like, and it can change their lives. Terrence was a good kid. I used to be at, I remember we used to go to church together and stuff like that. And, you know, he said to me one time, we were at church and everybody was laughing. And this was the first time I took him to church. He's like, James, Mom. That's what he called me, James, Mom. James, Mom, am I allowed to laugh in church? I said, well, if you don't laugh, you're on your own, because I'm laughing. So I don't know. But like I said, if we keep bringing out the younger people and get this message that crime is not the way, I think that's the legacy right there.
We choose to do the right thing, and it's difficult. That doesn't always work out so good. And so you're exactly right, and I want to pick up on what this good brother said. I don't know if any of you listened to Robert Schuller. I've been to the Crystal Cathedral, and I've got some training from him. And he was an ace with one-liners. And to pick up on what you just said, he said, change your scars to stars.
Yeah.
And it was the star that joined there. And so, anyway, so that's, anyone else before I go on here? Okay? Please.
I just wanted to say again that for everybody who's here, we have to remember to come back every single year, because I think I said last year I'm concerned because the numbers are dwindling. Well, maybe you can talk to the rest of your friends, and you guys can talk to the rest of your friends and get more people here, because we have to support Moni. I mean, she's in pain now, emotionally, physically. We have to be here for her, for her, not just today, but the whole year. Okay? So let's not forget her. That's what Terrence wants us to do, to take care of her.
Good. Now, where's the other word?
I just want to say a few words here. Eric here, we've got to know each other over all this, and I want to personally thank Eric for being here. I know a lot of what you as Terrence's friends and family go through. The pain never goes away, and you always think about it. But I wish you all success, and I know that you guys are being successful, and you will be successful. So I want you to know that. I also I want to welcome Cal Miller for coming out here. Cal, he's a very humble man, but he's engaged very much in social media to try and get the message out to try and prevent this violence. So you said there wasn't very many people here. There's way more people here than you think, because we've got KJ Mullins here, who's actually filming. We've got Kimia, who's a Youth and Policing Initiative student with Toronto Police, who's filming. And we've got Reverend Walter Kelly, who's the official chaplain of the Toronto Police Service. We can edit videos of what's being said here today with our prevention message. We can put it on our social media portals that the entire world is looking at right now. So what we're doing right here is very important, and I want you all to know that. There's a Facebook page called the Walk for Justice for Our Murdered Children. Mooney is behind all that. I've helped her with it, as has Layla Balkan from an organization called Communities Advancing Valued Environments. They've actually bought some banners for Mooney, and the whole idea is to get the word out there about preventing this from ever happening again, and to educate our young people to make the wisest choice possible so it doesn't happen. So I just want to thank you all for coming. I also represent, I'm a Toronto police officer, but I also represent Crime Stoppers for the entire world. I'm the social media advisor for Crime Stoppers International, and right now we're working on networking 1,300 community-led Crime Stoppers programs, which Mooney volunteers tirelessly for. Cal, who's here, is a chair of the Halton Crime Stoppers Board. We're going to put these videos and what we're saying here into that stream, so people in many countries around the world are going to be seeing your empowering words here today. So if you haven't spoken, if you want to speak and you want to get on these videos, they're going to go around the world through newsforyou.net, through Unsolved Murders and Cal_Miller on Twitter. I'm Graffiti BMX on Twitter. One day we'll have the good Reverend here on Twitter, so he's Toronto Police on Twitter right now. And I know a lot of people have Facebook accounts. I know Eric does. That's where we connect. And I've just done a Facebook Places check-in here at Terrence Alley's grave, because that's the address that's on the Walk for Justice for Our Murdered Children. So 5,000 people on my Facebook profile just got the message that was said here today by you. So leave here feeling empowered and good, and that you're making a difference. There's 17 people here standing under this tent in this cemetery in Pickering, Ontario, and I'll bet you by the time we're done, by the day that we're all not on this world, millions of people will have seen the words that are spoken here today.
Scott, we thank you, we thank everyone for being here, and Lausanne, you gotta listen to her. Lausanne would have been standing here with me, because her child, her only son, almost died in a beating. Right now he has brain injuries. So she is lucky. She is blessed.
Was the first policeman, right? The first siren. And I would like to use that and say to the young people who are here, the children, and to the adults, we need to see ourselves as God's watchmen. And we need to empower the teenagers, the young people who are in the schools where there's far too much violence and stuff happening in our streets. And as police officers, as adults, we know that there are people who know and have the truth and the answers. And we need to empower them and help them to realize that they're not a snitch, but that they're part of the community. And when we empower someone to be a watch person, not a tattletale, I'm not talking about that sort of thing, but to watch over the community, to look on the outside and to say, hey, we don't know those people. Where did they come? How did they get to our party? Who are those people that are trying to do things to our children, to our young people? And we need to empower young adults. We need to empower teens. And now children, we understand, are being tempted to take drugs and stuff. We need to help them to realize that it's okay to be a watchman and sound the warning.